Okay, I think we're live. Hi everybody. So I spent like probably 30 minutes last night looking into binaural microphones and stuff, and then I remembered my mic. I have a HyperX Quadcast. It can do binaural, so I don't know if it's gonna work so well as a 3DO or not, but we're gonna try, or we'll see. Hopefully it's not too loud. Oh, and we hit 31 followers. Thank you. That was a few days ago, I see. I just noticed. That doesn't seem like a big number, but it feels pretty big. Hi, Masty. Is the volume? Am I too loud? Okay. It's alright then. Cool. I was like, when I remembered that I could do binaural stuff with this microphone, I spent like another 40 minutes just playing with it last night. I have this teddy bear I've had since I was like probably 3, because my mom used to work at what is it? It's not Lowe's, it's a home, no, RC, is it RC Wiley? Like the big furniture store that's like 5 stories tall, and they sell mattresses and stuff. I can't remember. Is it RC Wiley? It's the blue logo that kind of looks like a Lowe's. I can't remember. But my mom used to work there as a receptionist, I think. And she got 2 bears, one for me and one for my brother. My brother's is kind of tan, and mine is brown. And my brother and I, so I have this foam chair for like 3-year-olds that I've had forever, and it looks like Winnie the Pooh. And we'd put our bears in the Winnie the Pooh chair. We call them Pooh chair, and then we'd throw it down the stairs. and we would do that for fun. So I have this bear, and then I've got, my cousin gave me this pillow pet he's very well loved. I'm surprised he's still relatively in one piece. I love it to death. Hi, chicken. But if this teddy bear isn't fuzzy enough, I can go get that Chewbacca pillow pet. He's more fluffy and wispy than this bear. Okay, I did try this. Yeah, how's your leg? Yes. Chimkin rest. Okay. But so the bear's nose hits the mic sometimes because his arms are too short. But okay. This is my teddy bear. Yeah, so his nose hits the front. Makes that bonking sound. That's good, chicken. I'm glad you're okay. Is this good? I like this a lot. I almost put myself to sleep doing this last night. Hi, chicken. Sorry, I just didn't stream at all last week. I think I streamed Monday. I want to stream more. I was really excited to play Signala, so then I figured out I can do ASMR with this mic. And yeah, I was thinking I was gonna stream earlier today, and then later tonight I would have played Signalis, but I ended up spending most of my afternoon and evening with Evelyn, so which isn't a bad thing. I'm not complaining about that. Yeah, that's I think the static, that's the fibers on the teddy bear. Yeah, if I turn on my noise suppression, it doesn't pick anything up. That's probably my PC on the right here. Yeah, it's room noise. My room is in the basement and right on the other side of my wall. I don't know what I have. I think so. I got an NVIDIA something. I think it's room noise. Right next to my room is the furnace, so if it's on, you can probably hear it. My gain is all the way up to... Okay, I need to take note of that and write it down or something. Yeah, do you like the teddy bear sounds? Because the cracking is the fiber in the teddy bear catching the mic. I could put I can maybe put I have some arm warmers. I can put it over it. Let's see. Maybe that helps. Yes. I can put the... Oh, that was... Okay. Yeah, all that cracking is the fibers of the fabric catching on the mic. I put an arm warmer over it. Might be a little quieter now. Oh boy. Oh yeah, that's better. Not so many crackles. RTX card? Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know anything. I'm just dumb. I just got real excited when I figured that I can do binaural stuff with my microphone. Yeah, I might put myself to sleep here. And I've got a mug here for taps. You want some taps? I do. I had some hot chocolate like last week, or it was Halloween night, because my dad, you guys know, there's a pond in the backyard, and the pond was leaking. It was draining too fast. Then the regular evaporation would drain it. So there's probably a cut in the lining in the pond, because there was across the street there was just fields and then they plowed it all over. They put up some apartments and stuff. Oh, thank you for the follow. You're like the second person who's followed while I was live. Welcome to my first cringe ASMR stream. But they plowed over these fields across the street to put up apartments, and there was a lot of raccoons in those fields, and they didn't have anywhere to live now. So hey, how are you? They put up, so all the raccoons crossed the street into my neighborhood because there's more safe trees over here and whatnot. And my sister was walking home from a friend's house, I think, and one chased her down the street for like 20 feet. It just chased her. And my dad has a cam that he had up in the tree watching the pond, and there was a baby raccoon getting in the pond. So yeah, he was thinking that we got rid of the raccoon, but he was thinking that the raccoon put a hole in the lining of the pond, and it was draining too fast, and it was getting low enough it was at risk of freezing solid, and we did not want to. And we put some goldfish in there, and you can call somebody. I think it's either animal control or like the wildlife services guys, and they'll come and put mosquito fish in your pond, because mosquitoes. They don't want mosquitoes, more mosquitoes than we have already. And the mosquito fish eat the mosquito larvae, and they breed like rabbits. There's a lot of them. So Halloween, I was helping my dad catch them. The biggest we put in like 6 goldfish, and there's like over 20 now. The biggest one is like 3 inches. It's huge. So Halloween night, me and my dad scooped them all up out of the pond after we trained it enough we could get in there. And we just kept catching fish. Like every time we put the scoop in, it was just fish. And we have 2 big blue water barrels for food prep or emergency, for when there's an emergency. And since we haven't been using them since I can remember, my dad cut a hole in the top of one, filled it up, stuck the lily pads in there, and some of the plants that live on the surface of the water. And we just dumped all the fish in the barrel, and he's got a water heater in there, because the mosquito fish, the goldfish are fine in cold water, but the mosquito fish are uncomfortable in anything lower than 50 degrees, and it's getting pretty cold at night. It was like probably close to 30 degrees that night. It's really cold. So anyway, this is all to explain why I have a mug on my desk. But I do have a mug on my desk because after I finished catching the fish, I got a mug of hot chocolate. We have like there's like fancy kinds of hot chocolate. We have cookies and cream hot chocolate, which isn't hot chocolate, it's just cream, hot cream. Well, I don't know. It's made by the hot chocolate. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway, it was cookies and cream flavored hot chocolate, and I used water. I should have used milk. It would have been way better with milk. It was just kind of It tasted kind of watery, even though I put a whole crap ton of powder in the mug. Thank you. I was worried I wouldn't have anything to talk about. Look at me. This is all because I said there was a mug on my desk. Anyway, I have a mug on my desk. If you want tap taps, I'll give you. Do you want some tap taps? I'll give you some tap taps. Okay. So it's this mug my dad got for like Father's Day from a secret. It was like left on the porch in like the gift basket. And because my dad likes Doctor Who, it's like everything from like Great Britain. So there's a bunch of flags with the British emblem on them. There's some boots. There's a I don't know what breed of dog that is. It looks like a bulldog, but he's wearing like a dog onesie with British flag all over it. He's got a cop hat on, like the bull cop hats. And there's a telephone booth, scooter, guitar, passport, teapot, an Oldsmobile car looking thing. And there's probably got it from him because there's a Dalek on it. Yeah. It's like, first, when he got it, we were like, why did they give me a mug with all this British paraphernalia on it? It's because there's a Dalek on it. There's not even the TARDIS, it's just a Dalek. And a bottle of some sauce that says HP. I don't know, it looks like Worcestershire. Okay. Now, when I sleep, I usually listen to the fluffy ASMR whispers. I was never a fan of the glass tappies because it felt too irritating when I was trying to sleep. But sometimes it can be nice. And I can put the mug over the tap-taps. And I have another ceramic mug here. Yeah. It's not a bottle, it's a mug. You were listening to my story, chicken? I'm offended. I'm kidding. We love you, Chimkin. I've got a ceramic Star Wars cup. I've had it. I got it for Christmas one year, 2015, from ThinkGeek. ThinkGeek was like a Hot Topic kind of outlet store, but it was online for like nerds, I think. They shut down a few years ago, I think, but they used to get a bunch of stuff on there. But there's these Geeky Tiki's line. I'm sure you've seen them. They're the cups that look like tiki idols, but they're in the shape of Star Wars characters. And mine's Chewbacca. So he's got all these grooves in it, and I was playing around with it. It's fun sounds. It reminds me of the croaking frogs, the wood frogs that have the stick in their mouth. I don't know if this is good ASMR, but I'm enjoying this. So yeah, he's got all these grooves. His face is really fun to scratch because it does it makes this sound. I'm glad I have nails. Because this would be really hard without nails. I don't have any wood to tap, I don't think. Excuse me. And I can't remember when I used this cup last. I really need to wash it. I can't remember why it's on my desk. I don't have a 15-minute story of why it's on my desk. But thank you for coming. I was worried nobody would show up. Okay. I can tap the mic if you want, but I don't know if that would. I'm worried about it falling over. Hi, Tweely. It's good to see you. Yeah, I'm trying ASMR because last night I spent like 30 minutes looking into 3DOs and I was like, oh goodness, I'm not spending $400 on this thing. I could buy a Switch for that much. I'd much rather have a Switch. And then I was watching YouTube videos on how to build a binaural microphone for cheap. And they've got all these like elaborate, well, it's not, I don't know if it's elaborate, but they've got all these like styrofoam heads, and you take some headphones and you DIY it so you can open them up and there's a silicone ear on the inside and stuff. It's like, I don't want to do that. It's too much work. And then I realized I can do binaural recording with my HyperX. I have a HyperX Quadcast, and I can do binaural. I was like, oh, I don't have to spend money. Because if you got a 3DO, you have to use like a sound board or a sound receiver. I don't know what the word is. But you have to hook that up to your computer, and there was this whole process to connect it to OBS. It's like, I can't be bothered. Not right now. So, right now I've got an arm warmer over the mic because the HyperX doesn't have one of those fluffy mufflers. Is it a muffler? It's not a muzzle, is it? And so, because I have this teddy bear. A pop filter. Thank you. I don't have one of those. I feel like I want to get one now, because the ASMR with like the pretty Scottish lady scratching it is really nice. But I'm not a pretty Scottish lady. I have a teddy bear though, and his fur would catch on the metal of the microphone, and it makes this popping static noise, which can be nice if you're looking for that kind of thing. But I just put this arm warmer over the top. It kind of solves the problem. I mean, it's still there, but it's a lot less noticeable. So I didn't want to break the immersion of being a teddy bear. So I've got this teddy bear I've had for a really long time. It's rubbing your ears. If there's a trigger you guys want, just ask and I'll try and do it. I mean, it's my first time, so I'll do anything. Except lick it, because that's gross. And cold, and it tastes like nickels. Okay. Let's go push the mic around. But I think it is a pop filter. I just can't find the word. If you're still here, Tweely, what's your favorite trigger if you have any? I like the floofies. So this microphone can do left, right, and in front of me, or in front of you guys, but I can't do behind it. Maybe I can. I don't know. It's alright. And I was playing around with a manga volume to do the page flippy sounds. It's real nice. I enjoy it. This is the third volume of the Pokemon Adventures manga, because it's actually pretty decent. And it's not based on the anime, so it's different characters. Well, it's still got Misty and Brock and stuff in it, but it's not Ash. And he starts out with a Poliwhirl instead of a Pikachu. He does get a Pikachu later, but he doesn't start with it. He gets a Bulbasaur first before. Anyway, it's pretty good. And he's like friends with Giovanni. And sorry, I keep burping. I ate before this. Yeah, Pokemon just straight up get cut in half in the manga. There's zombies that are being controlled by haunters, I think. Yeah, it's good. I like it a lot. I guess I don't know if you guys like it, but I like ear blowing when they blow on the mic. You've never listened to ASMR before? It was like, what? Yeah. I feel like it's still kind of niche. Some people laugh at it or think it's just lewd because a lot of the most popular stuff is pretty ladies on Twitch licking microphones. And there, it is that. But yeah, it's not just ear licking or anything like that. I think I learned about it because I used to watch Good Mythical Morning every day. And like the summer before I went to high school, me and my brother found Good Mythical Morning, and that's all we did that summer was just watch GMM, like all day, every day for the whole summer. It was crazy. And they did an episode about ASMR like a really long time ago, when it was just like, oh, when people were like, oh, this is a thing. So they did a video on it. I think they've done more recent stuff with it. But in that video, they mostly just talked about what it is. And the example video they had of it in that video was a guy role-playing as a doctor checking your ears. And how you're supposed to, like, tingle or whatever. You get this tingle down your spine. It's like, what? This is just weird. I don't get it. Because I thought it was just, oh, it's this older guy dressed as a doctor putting toothpicks in ears in a microphone or something. And then later I'd listen to it before bed. That kind of thing. But yeah, it's just kind of, it can be comforting sometimes to feel like someone's there when you're laying in bed. That's why I like whispers a lot. Sometimes you don't want talking, but the talking in some videos helps you calm down, or you have someone to listen to, so you're not thinking to yourself too much, so you can't sleep, that kind of thing. It helps me sleep. Yeah, I enjoy it. Yes, I didn't know you'd never listened to it before, or at least an ASMR stream. And I'm glad I'm your first. I don't know. Is that weird? Is that weird to say? I don't know. It kind of feels weird to say after I said it. And I did. Well, I was just playing around with my mic last night. I remembered I have this slime. I don't want this to be loud. Oh, that might have been loud. Because for the new Jurassic movie, or when the last Jurassic movie was coming out last year, they released these plastic eggs you get to, like, it was like way too much money. It was like $5. You get a little plastic dinosaur that you can put together, and then it comes with a bag of slime. So I've got this slime here. I was trying to squeeze it earlier to get like the fart sound, because you know, that's what you do with slime. You make the fart noise. So you can. I was like tossing it in my hand. Oh, that was loud. But I don't know if this is sussy, but it's slime. And then I tried to pull it apart to get a sound. I don't know if that's even picking up. But it's not, it doesn't have the styrofoam beads in it or anything. Oh. There's this tiny one. Oh, I dropped it. Okay, I'll put that away. I like the teddy bear more. I kind of want to try the Chewbacca pillow pet, just because it's fuzzy. It's more wispy than this teddy bear. But I'd have to get up, and I don't want to get up. Oh, maybe later. Do you want more tappies? You want more tappies? I can, can I tap the desk? I can't tap super fast like some people can. And my nails aren't super long right now. I don't know how long I'm gonna stream this. I was gonna play signals after ASMR, but I think I tired myself out just doing this. There's some people, other VTubers that stream ASMR for like 6-8 hours. It's like, how do you do that? I don't know how you do that. I can barely make it to 2 hours sometimes. Is it a comfy or a sippy? Oh, it's a tea. I always like the oh, can you hear that in my mouse? And before I was gonna start stream, I was trying to think of stuff I could talk about. And there's some things, if I start talking about them, I can't stop. So, like, when I was younger, when I was in high school, I'd have to watch my grandpa because my grandma would be out doing stuff, and my grandpa was too sick to really go anywhere at that time. So I'd sit and watch him because I didn't have anything better to do, and I wanted to help my grandma. And my dad dropped me off one day, and he stayed with us for a while, and we talked, and then he had to go for some reason, and it's still not fair, but I think you could tell I was worried about being alone with my grandpa and not having anything to talk about. So before he walked out the door, he was like, "Tell Grandpa about the flood." I was like, "No, why did you do this to me?" So for like the next 2 hours, I told my grandpa about Halo and space zombies. Because he knew I'd do that. My dad would know I would do that. Because you know how it is. You get talking about something you really enjoy learning about or just doing, and you can talk someone's ear off, even if you don't know them that well. So I was like, oh, I could talk about T-Rex. So I realized I'd been tapping in that ear for a while. That sounds different. Oh, because this side is more over the drawer, so it's a little more hollow. And this side's over the middle of the desk, so it's a little more solid. But I was like, I could talk about T-Rex, because I could talk about T-Rex for like an hour, no problem. I was like, is that interesting? Would someone want to watch that? Because T-Rex is really cool, and I can feel it coming out. I can feel it deep in my bones, like it's just still gonna explode. I won't be able to stop. So, if you want to hear me talk about T-Rex for probably the next 40 minutes, at least 15 minutes, just let me know, and I will, if that's something you want to hear. Because if I start, I won't stop. I can't stop. I'm glad this is comfy. I swear I would be like super bad at this, or I'd talk too loud. But I think in general, you could say I'm a quiet person. I don't know if this is like if I'm being like, oh, I'm not being humble right now by saying I'm a quiet person. Because, like, I don't want to brag that I'm a quiet person. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But, what was I talking about? Oh, being a quiet person. Because I was worried about, I'd like peek the mic on accident. My other hand got tired. So I was worried I'd like peek the mic, but it seems to be okay. Nobody's like telling me their ears are bleeding or anything. I think I need some water in my mouth. My tongue's getting dry. I don't know if this is gonna be super loud, so sorry in advance. Oh, I was more careful than I thought I'd be. Oh, sorry. I've got this 1 gallon igloo jug. I got real small because I turned around. Because I don't like having to go up and down the stairs or whatever, or to go back to the sink whenever I want water. And I just got accustomed to carrying around a gallon of water with me when I was doing my radon job. I still have that jug, but it's all like it's done. It's kaput. So I bought a half gallon igloo jug, and I had to fill it like every 3 hours. Like it's emptying too fast. So I got myself another gallon jug, and I can't go through like every day or so. So I just got accustomed to carrying it around with me everywhere. So I can't go without my gallon jug. Just having a cup is not enough. Yeah. You get strong carrying around a gallon of water too. You know, water is heavy. Okay, I guess I'll do some more tappies. Strong, yeah. You gotta be able to dig those pits. So, do you like work on AC units or something, Chimkin? Is that what you do? HVAC? Oh, you like the tappies, Tweety? Yeah. You weren't here, but I told like I spent like 15 minutes explaining why this one mug was on my desk. Because I asked if you did HVAC because I installed radon mitigation systems, and there was this one job where it was this big house in Upper Salt Lake. I think it was a really long drive from the shop to the customer's house. It was a really big house. Like, I've been in some houses that could fit my house inside of it. So, but we had to do a pit, and there was a raised crawl space. In the crawl space, the opening to get to the crawl space, we had to take apart the furnace, the vents, the duct coming from the furnace, because it was in front of the cutout in the wall that would let us get in the crawl space. That job took us forever, and so we had to take apart the duct, and the guys I was with, I was like fresh out of high school. I didn't know what I was doing. They hired me and like, why don't you know all this stuff? I didn't learn that in math class. But the guy who hired me was just like, can you carry things over 20 pounds? And are you okay with being out late? Hi, Jacob. Hi, Demonic. It's good to see you. But we had to, so we had to take apart this duct, the air duct, and we didn't know what we were doing. It's like, my coworker Chad kind of knew about HVAC. We have at the time, there was one of the guys that went to customers' houses to do appraisals, or what do they call them? Estimates. What do they say in the Flow commercials? I can't remember what the word is. Oh, thank you. I hope it's not awful. I'm not a cute anime girl VTuber. So I hope it's okay. Thank you. That means a lot. This is my first time doing this, so I'm glad I'm not totally awful at it. But we had a guy that would go to customers' houses to figure out if we could install a system and how much it would cost them. And he knows, he did HVAC, or he used to. He was an older guy. And so we called him up. Like, hey, we have to take apart this HVAC system to get into the crawl space. So, well, we took it apart just fine, because you can take something apart without knowing how it works. You just we ripped off all the duct tape and the tape, and we pulled all the panels out, and so there were 3 of us, and 2 of them did the crawl space, and I dug the pit, which is a whole other system. But we had to call this guy. It was like late. It was late. It was getting late. It was like, on a good day, we'd be done at like 4, and we'd get back to the shop at 6. And it was pushing into the evening. And and we couldn't leave because the system was down. So we called Grant. Grant's the older guy that used to do HVAC, and the two coworkers I was with that I went to the job with, they have kids and whatnot. So one of them gets really upset when he gets home later than 6 because all he can do when he gets home is eat, and then he showers and then sleeps. He doesn't get to spend time with his kids. So I always tried to work as fast as I could so he could get home to his kids, because I felt bad because I felt like I was holding him back sometimes. But so Grant gets there and we're working on it, and Chad's trying to help us, and Grant took his car, and we got up there. We went to the job site with the truck and the trailer, and we're like, Chad, you can go. We got this. We don't need you here, because it was a kind of a small room, and I didn't have any obligations afterwards, so I stayed with Grant, and then we finished putting the thing together. It took us a while, because I was a complete HVAC noob, and this guy was pushing probably into his 50s, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but so we get done. Yeah, that job was. I'm just glad I didn't have to go in the crawl space. I hate crawl spaces. Especially the houses in North Salt Lake that were built in like the 50s, maybe earlier than the 50s. They don't have basements, they have crawl spaces. And I was with a different guy. I usually wasn't with Chad because he didn't like me. Well, he didn't like me because I was slow. He was fine. He was okay with me as a person. Like, he wasn't like nasty. He was just like, I don't like working with you that often because, I was like 18. This is my first job. I don't really care now, but so there's 5 people here. Holy smokes. I don't think I've had this many people since like I first streamed. If you're new, welcome. I'm doing this for the first time. Okay, my fingers get tired. But the houses in North Salt Lake suck. At least doing jobs in them. Because they're always crawl spaces. And crawl spaces take the whole day. Because usually, if they're a pit system, you get 2 a day. We got paid peacetime, so we didn't get paid by how long we worked. We got paid by how much we got done. Pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's what peacetime is. So if we worked really fast, we were getting paid like $24 an hour. If the job was super easy and we had everything we needed, yeah, you made a lot per hour, but we didn't get paid per hour. And crawl spaces suck because they're a whole day ordeal. You're in this person's house or under this person's house all day. It's musky, dirty. If it's in the summer, it's hot, unless it's a basement crawl space. And it's not a house in North Salt Lake. We did one in North Salt Lake. They just renovated the house, and they had I remember they had that realtor had just remodeled the house. They had this really fancy thermostat. It was like round, and it had they all have screens, but most of them have like that calculator Game & Watch screen. This one had like a LED screen with like the weather on it, and the outside temperature and the indoor temperature, and you just turned it to change the temperature. It was like really fancy. I had never seen one before. But the crawl space. We got in the crawl space by going. So we had to move this metal plate they had put over the patio, because they cut in the cement, cut out a rectangle in the cement next to the house, so someone could get in there. And there's this heavy metal plate over the top, so like rats or whatever couldn't get in. So we had to move that, and you had to go in head first. And then, depending on how you got around in there, you had to go out backwards. It was not fun. But luckily, my coworker had been doing. It was like his second year there, which is just crazy to me that someone could do that for 2 years. But he was in there the whole time. I fed him the Corex pipe and the plastic we put over this stuff to seal it. When we started, we found a collar with a Batman symbol on it. It's like, oh, somebody's cat got lost in there. And then my coworker was all the way in the back, so the front of the house, and there was the cat. He found the cat, but it wasn't alive no more. So, yeah. I never found the cats. I think that was his second time finding a cat. I found a lot of mice though. They were never alive. Yeah, I don't like crawl spaces, unless you can stand up in them. They're not really crawl spaces, but yeah. Anyway, where did I start talking about that? Oh, my jug, my water jug. I need a taller desk. I'm hunching over too much. Okay. So we go back to the floofies. More floofies. So, this is my teddy bear. I didn't want to break, because I am a teddy bear. I didn't want to do like my immersion is broken. This teddy bear is a person, not a teddy bear. Oh my goodness, my life's over. Kind of thing. You know? So, I've got this teddy bear I've had for a really long time. He's about the same color as me. And he's fuzzy. He's a fuzzy bear. And he is rubbing your ears right now. Or I am. If I don't want to break the immersion. But thank you for being here. I was, oh my goodness, keep pushing the mic around. I was worried nobody would show up because you ASMR cringe. Yeah. I was just real excited when I figured out I could do this. Excuse me. Hi, Evie Boo. How are you, love? I'm glad I didn't try ASMR before I got fiber, because before fiber, I think the stream just wouldn't have been as enjoyable. And I'm not a potato. I'm not a potato. I'm not a certified potato. Shucks. You're making me blush. Thank you for stopping by, babe. I need a teddy bear with longer arms. that when I look down. But yeah, it makes me happy people are enjoying this so much. I'm enjoying this a lot. Should we do more book ASMR? Maybe? Let's read this here. I should have gotten my copy of Where the Wild Things Are. That would have been fun to read. It's under a bunch of stuff though, I'd have to dig it out. Maybe next time. Well, maybe I could get it, I don't know. I kinda wanna try. I don't wanna be loud though. I might mute while I do it. I don't know. Would you guys like that? Story time, but it's an actual book and not just me rambling about stuff. Oh, reading Cassandra Boyton books would be fun too. I don't have any of those in my room though. Okay, I'm gonna mute and see if I can get the book without making too much noise, alright? I'll be right back. Okay. What is that? The this? It's a book. I'm just turning the pages. Oh, that's kind of harsh. Okay. So, I've got my copy of Where the Wild Things Are. I got it when I was out with my mom for. Oh, I think we were looking for. It was my cousin's birthday, or no, he wanted to come over and build Legos. Because we used to do that after school all the time. So I was gonna go get some Legos, but they were like stupid expensive. Well, they are stupid expensive, so I didn't get any. But I wanted to get Where the Wild Things Are because I had found the trailer for the movie, and I've only seen the movie once. We were on a road trip to Disneyland, I think. I've only been twice. I went once in 2009, and a couple of years ago in like 2016, 2017. And we watched the movie on the road. And yeah, I remember it being a good movie, but I found the music video. Someone made a music video with the. Oh, I can't remember what the song's called. But the song made me bawl. It's before I was going to the dentist, I think. It's like, I can't cry, I'm going to the dentist. Oh, it's the song's Wake Up by the Arcade Fire. I like it a lot. But yeah. So I wanted to get the book so I could read it, because we didn't have a copy. So I have the book here. It's not very long. But we can read it. Alright. And then I've got another book here we can read later. I don't know where to put it. I guess I'll just leave it here. Okay. I don't know if I'll get copyright struck for reading it, but I don't think I will. Alright, so this is Where the Wild Things Are. Oh, sorry, that was loud. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. Thank you, Maisty. Have a good sleep. I appreciate you coming. And I'm glad I could relax you to the point where you need to go sleep. The heater just turned on. Sorry if you guys can hear it. Hopefully it's not too loud. Alright. Where the Wild Things Are. Story and pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, And Max said, "I'll eat you up." Sorry, I don't want to yell, but it's in all caps. So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. And in and out of weeks, in almost over a year, to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth, and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once, and they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him king of all wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." And then there's pictures of them with the wild rumpus climbing trees. Now they're in a cave, maybe? "Now stop," Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye, and sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day, and into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. And he's got a bowl of soup and maybe some cake, and it was still hot. It's a very short book, but I just love it. I do recommend the movie. I haven't watched it in probably in a long time. I don't think it's been as long as a decade, but it's been quite a while. And then I've got another book here. It's quite long, at least long compared to Where the Wild Things Are. It's a Shel Silverstein book. It's the same author that wrote The Giving Tree. Smurgy! Hi, Smurgy. How are you? Alright, I'm gonna take off this arm warmer. Oh! Sorry if that was loud. I just wanted to take it off. Okay. You missed it. I just finished reading Where the Wild Things Are. You're welcome. This is my first ever ASMR stream. Do you listen to ASMR, Smurky? If you do you have a favorite trigger? Oh, okay. That's okay. I really enjoy it personally. I spent like 30 minutes last night looking into 3DO mics and how to build your own binaural microphone. And because I didn't want to pay $300-$400 for a 3DO and they still kind of use some outdated stuff in them apparently. So thank you. It means a lot that people like this because I was worried nobody would show up or something like that, because this is my first time doing this ever. I spent 30 minutes looking into binaural microphones, and then I remembered this microphone. How could you miss it? You didn't miss it. You're here. Oh, thank you, chicken. It means a lot that you're here. I remembered my microphone has settings on the back. It has a dial, and the heater turned off. Oh, thank you. That means a lot, Chimkin. But my microphone can do binaural. So it's like, oh, I got all excited, and then I played with it. I can plug my mic into my headset into my mic, and I can hear what you guys are hearing right now. So I played with it with my microphone for like another 40 minutes last night and this morning, just obsessing over it. I got too excited, and I was gonna stream earlier so I could play a game tonight, but that didn't really pan out, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because there were some jets flew over my house earlier today, because I live relatively close to an Air Force base. Not super close, but close enough that they fly over the house when they're practicing and whatnot. So, yeah. But thank you for following, Smirky. It's good to see you. So we just read Where the Wild Things Are. And this other book I have here is Don't Bump the Glump by Shel Silverstein, the same guy that wrote The Giving Tree. So I don't know if you guys have read The Giving Tree. It's been a while since I read it too, but I like Shel's books, and I like Don't Bump the Glump. It's a collection of short poems he wrote for some of these doodles he made. I wish I could show you the book, but he drew a bunch of little doodles of creatures and made poems about them, kind of like the Dr. Seuss's "Walk It in My Pocket" book. It's kind of like that, if you've read that book. But I want to read this for you guys because I love this book. So Don't Bump the Glump and Other Fantasies by Shel Silverstein for Peggy. Alright, here's the prologue. Now the bears and the bees and the chimpanzees are creatures which were with which we're familiar, but what do we know of the humble-backed moe, or the ring-tailed speckled tealyar, or the tongue-twisted rubber-necked billyar, or the gorp-eating kilikazoliar? What is that? Kilikazoliar. Okay, and then it's like a kind of like a encyclopedia of all these doodles he's made. Alright, and this one is for the glump, A warning for all those who chance to meet a wild glump coming home late at night, down a dark street, past a graveyard, all alone in a storm. Don't bump the glump. And here's the quick disguising Ginnet. This is the quick disguising Ginnet. Didn't he have you fooled for a minute? I wish I could show you the pages, but it's this creature that looks like a cowboy hat. And then the next page is this poem called The Accident. I think I've killed a dickery. I did it by mistake. I thought she was a ball, so I bounced her off the wall. I had no idea that she might break. That's this little egg creature broken in half. Some of these are dark. And this is the crawfie. That silly fish, the crawfie, has been swimming in my coffee, but now I've drunk it up, and he isn't in the cup, and he's nowhere to be found. Do you think that he has drowned? No, you drunk him. And this is the underslung Zath. I fear the wrath of the underslung Zath. Will someone else tell him it's time for his bath? And this creature's name is just like he smashed the keyboard. So it's Zerbangrlank. The Zerbangrlank has just arrived, and it's up to me to announce him. How do you pronounce him? And this one is an empty bird cage called the Gletcher. See the Gletcher in his cage? His claws are sharp and his teeth are double. Thank heaven he's locked up safe inside, or we'd all be in terrible trouble. And the bird cage is empty, so the Gletcher escaped. And this one is called The Trap. Let us set a little trap for the Grinch, Grinch, Grinch. We can catch him if we wait. I shall be the hunter, bold, 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 and you shall be the bait. And there's a picture, guy's legs tied up with this creature approaching. And this guy's the Bibeli. The Bibeli's habits are rather crude. He shuns all ordinary food, and rather enjoys girls and boys, so when you sense him drawing near, pour some ketchup in your ear, and pretend you're a roast, or a poached egg on toast, or a small piece of blueberry pie, and maybe he'll walk right by. Now, pour me in your ear, guys. That's what that means. And this poem is titled Who? So once again I find some sand in my chicken soup. Now I'm not accusing the floop, and I don't say it was the goppet, but whoever it is better stop it, you hear? Whoever it is better stop it. And this guy's the terrible Phesus. There's a terrible 20-foot Phesus. Shh, I don't think he sees us. And this guy's the Slithergatey. The Slithergatey has crawled out of the sea. He may catch all the others, but he won't catch me. No, you won't catch me, old Slithergatey, but you may catch all the others, but you won't. And then it's because he caught it. This guy's the Wild Gazette. Late last night, I had a terrible fight with a wild gazette with eyes of white and a 50-foot height, and he gave me a fright when he gave me a bite, and then squeezed me so tight, but I fixed him all right. I turned on the light. And then next to him on the other page is the pointy-peaked Pavarius. The pointy-peaked Pavarius, a creature most gregarious, who's never taken serious. Poor thing. It doesn't matter where he is, he's jeered by persons various, who shout out, "Looky, there he is," and wait for him to sing. Alright, the next page is the man-eating folet. This is the tale of the man eating fullet. Let's not pull it. The next page, something's been eating my mustache again. I think it's the skittering skeep again. It's gotten to me in my sleep again. And then this guy takes up 2 pages, one for the drawing and one for the poem. This is the glub-toothed swine. When the glub-toothed swine comes to my house to dine, you may find me in France or Detroit, or off in Khartoum, or in the spare room of my Uncle Ed's place in Beloit. You may call me in Philly, Racine, or Rabat. You may reach me in Malamo or Gore. You may see me in Paris, and likely as not, you will run into me at the store. You may find me in Hamburg, or up in St. Paul, or Kyoto, Kenosha, or Nome, but one thing is for sure, if you find me at all, you never shall find me at home. Because the glub-toothed swine is scary, I guess. And this one's my favorite. It's just this big hippo guy rolling over for belly rubs. This is the Gelly. See the 28-ton Gelly? He'd love for you to scratch his belly. And this one always scared me as a kid because he looks creepy. He reminds me of an SCP or something. The slavery slurm, at the first sign of trouble, will squiver and squimmer, and bend himself double, and wriggle his elbow up into his ear, and pull his ankles and just disappear. And this guy, the flustering fant. Some animals pop from cocoons, while others spring up from the clay. I've heard that some drop from balloons, who arrive in some other ridiculous way, but the tiny toad flustering fant, and please don't repeat that I said it, he grows from the stem of the biblios plant, and the snob never lets you forget it. It's this smug-looking plant. The considerate soft-shelled pheasant. Pheasant sounds like an insult. Well, this is the pheasant. You'll never know an animal more considerate of human feelings than the soft-shelled pheasant. Someone has mistaken this one for a pincushion, and he's too polite to say he isn't. The poor thing's got a bunch of pins in it. Pheasant? It's a pheasant. I want to type it in chat. It's like a... Oh, jeez. The book's gonna fall over. It's Phizzint. Yes, the pheasant. The soft-shelled pheasant. Someone stuck him full of pins because they thought he was a pincushion. And the next guy is the long-necked preposterous. This is Arnold, a long-necked preposterous, looking around for a female long-necked preposterous, but there aren't any. Oh. And this guy, all about the bloath. In the undergrowth there dwells the bloath, who feeds upon poets and tea. Luckily I know this about him, while he knows almost nothing of me. See the muffer. Above you see the muffer who... You don't? Well, anyway, you see his tracks. The muffer has gone to You don't? Why, that sly old beast, I do believe he's gone and covered them up. And this next guy, the galloping gris. Have you seen anything of the galloping gris? Purple-eyed and dripping fat? If he went that way, I'll go this. If he went this way, I'll go that. Okay. And the next guy is a Gursty. He's like this big-headed bird. Does anyone here talk Gursty talk? Do you know how to say goodbye? For I'd like the Gursty to leave next Thursday, and all I can say is hi. And this one, okay, this one is for real my favorite, just because of the drawing. The plight of the Panada. In Manitoba, Canada, there dwells the lop-eared Panada, a native of Uganda who sorta lost his way. The strangest beast I've run into. He's tended by a janitor who comes from South Atlanta, GA. This is the one-legged Zantz. Please be kind to the one-legged Zantz. Consider his feelings. Don't ask him to dance. And then this next guy. The furless Flatchum. The most contrary beast alive is the furless Flatchum. What do you think of this clever trap that I've invented to catch him? Do not put on this collar. Do not put this collar on, is what a sign says next to a collar. So that the trap is, because he's so contrary, he'll put the collar on because he was told not to, and then he's trapped. Okay, this one's really long. It's 2 pages. There's a Gretchen in my kitchen. There's a scaver-backed Gretchen who lives in my kitchen and makes his home under the sink, and he lives upon gipes that crawl out of the pipes, and he takes only postum to drink. He is friends with the lubard who dwells in my cupboard, and often at night after dark they will sit on the stove and converse up with the scrove, and catch a few skinch but for a lark. But they'll call to the blacossets who creep from the faucets. They'll sit on the tea kettle's brim, and the slithery scarbage crawl out of the garbage and jump in the soup for a swim. He'll sing with the wispies who live in the Rice Krispies, and serve them my cheese and sardines, and they call the Zocs in an old napkin box to come down and play bridge in the beans. That he may run a race to the silverware case with the grumpy who drinks all my beer, and he'll dance with the muffin inside my oven and whisper sweet sounds in her ear. For the Gretchen's in love with the muffin, poor boy, but she loves the backbiting Smee. Or is it Jace? Well, in any case, I'm glad you could make it for tea. I love that one. Alright, and this next poem is called A Family Affair. Oh, the bulbous Broll is a beast with a soul, and a manner serene and sedate, a model of meekness with only one weakness, and that is for eating his mate. Hi-ho, a masculine need for his mate. Now the white-breasted bird is a delicate bird, with a song that is tenderly sung. She is gentle and shy, with a matronly eye, and a fondness for eating her young. Hi-ho, a motherly love for her young. The young gross-bottomed grood, he takes milk for his food, and goopies and bran for his tummy. He goos with delight when someone at night he can swallow his daddy and mummy. Hi-ho, a filial love fills his tummy. And oh, were you here for the wedding, my dear? And the quiet buffet that ensued, when the bulbous Broll wed the murd, I am told, and produced a young gross-bottomed grood. Hi-ho, a gurgling gross-bottomed grood. That one's probably supposed to be sung to some sort of tune, but I am not a good singer. And this next one's called Grue. How to deal with the Grue. Don't poo-poo the Grue, for if you do, he'll bite you through, and chomp and chew and swallow you. But if you don't think he won't. Yeah, I love this book. We're not done yet. I'm just checking chat. Okay. The bald-topped drone. I see you there, old bald-topped drone, hiding in that ice cream cone. I'll get awful I'll get awful, awful sick if I give your head a lick. Alright, how to catch a gleech. If you want to catch a gleech, take a paper bag, find a cardboard box, dig a little hole, put the bag in the box, put the box in the hole, put the gleech in the bag, and there you are. The egg of the greel. This egg is the feather-breasted greel's. If it makes you feel funny just looking at it, imagine how the greel feels. Alright. The skinny zippity. Oh, pity the poor, poor zippity, for he can eat nothing but grelly, a plant that grows only in New Caledonia. Well, the zippity lives in New Delhi. Oh. Oops, we've been caught by the quick digesting gink, and now we're dodging his teeth, and now we're rested in his small intestine, and now we're back out on the street. The zombies. The ostrich is known to bury his head, the zombie, so much more discreetly, at the very first inkling of danger or dread, will bury himself almost completely. If he glimpses the sound or odor of man, he envisions a horrible death, so he burrows himself deep down in the sand and sits there just holding his breath. So next time you're down to the beach at the strand, so sunny and splashy and gay, remember the zombies sit under the sand just waiting for you to go away. The flying festoon. I'm going to ride on the flying festoon. I'll jump on his back and whistle a tune, and we'll fly back out to the outermost tip of the moon, the flying festoon and I. Oh, I'm taking some crackers, a ball, and a prune, and we're leaving this evening precisely at noon, for I'm going to fly with the flying festoon just as soon as he learns how to fly. Alright. In Waukesha, Wisconsin. In Waukesha, Wisconsin, you take quite a risk whenever you go to the movies, for there in the dark lurks a double-toothed vark, and the man-eating scale-faced scoovies. There are gobble-eyed gorks and slimy-tailed borks, and hunchlings and broggy-beaked bises, and gumboons and grabs and globomobs, and creelsies and of various sizes. There are bony-backed bleaks and razor-toothed cleeks, and whaleys and glumpatching gorkle. And the shivery shrieks from the gathering geeks are worse than the snort of the snorkel. There are glumgirds and speam, and the grisimi's scream may awaken the foul-tempered fisk, and the scale-faced scoovies that dwell in the movies right here in Waukesha, Wisconsin. We're almost through. Gumpelgooch. Go over and play with the Gumpelgooch, Tommy. The Gumpelgooch loves to play. You may bounce on his belly and call him Old Nelly, and fill his nostrils with clay. Don't be afraid of his fangs or that one yellow eye, or the scales on his tail, my dear. Go over and play with the Gumpelgooch, Tommy. There's nothing at all to fear. I'll wait for you here. Almost through. The wild cheroot. I'd like a coat of wild cheroot. It's warm and fleecy as can be, but note, what if the wild cheroot would like a coat of me? The friendly old sleepy-eyed skirk. The sleepy-eyed skirk, he's a nice old thing. He'll let you sit inside his mouth. If you knock on his chin, he'll let you in, but I rather doubt he'll let you out. Squishy, squashy staggy-tail. When singing songs of scariness, of bloodiness and hairiness, I feel obligated at this moment to remind you of the most ferocious beast of all, 6,000 tons and 9 miles tall, the squishy, squashy skagatal, and he's standing right behind you. And that's it. That was Don't Bump the Glump by Shel Silverstein. I hope you enjoyed it. Because I did. Alright. It's almost been 2 hours. I think we get this far. Okay. I don't know who's here. But do you want fuzzies? Do you want floofies or tampies? And then I think we might call it there. I don't know. Floofies or tampies? We're going to put this iron wire back over the mic. I apologize in advance if it's loud. Nice and cozy. Alright, I'm going to drink some water. Alright. Sorry about that. Shush. Okay, we'll do fluffies. Because fluffies are more relaxing than tappies, at least for me. Put myself to sleep. There. It's okay. Just take some deep breaths. I don't know what I'm doing. I got There. Just relax. It's okay. You're alright. Nice and comfy. Cozy and warm. Teddy bear's nose keeps hitting the mic. Let's try his feet. Maybe because it won't bump his nose then. Oh. It's just that's harder. Glasses keep falling off my face. trying to rub one side slow and the other side fast, and I can't. I can't do it. It's too hard. Sorry. Oh, we hit the 2-hour mark. You guys still awake? I'm putting myself to sleep here. Opie. Opie. Hi, Opie. Thank you for the raid. Pace and Alex. Welcome. How was the stream? You playing Skyrim? There comes. How are you guys? Oh, that's right. I think Jacob said something about that. But he did. I don't think he did. He did. Thank you. I'm putting myself to sleep. Thank you for the alert, Alex. And good luck with the Discord stuff. Hi, Pays. It's my first time doing ASMR, but apparently I did so good. I made Misty want to go to sleep, so I'm satisfied with myself. I think we'll go a little longer than call it a night. I'm getting sleepy. I've got to go to the dentist tomorrow. Yes, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a good stream. You slayed lots of dragons. Yep. Excuse me. Okay. There. Just lay back and relax, okay? Okay, I think we'll go to some tappy taps. My arms are getting tired. Sorry, that was loud. I'm guessing. Speaking of Skyrim, I've only beaten it once. The first time I played it, I bought a PlayStation Slim a few months after the Spider-Man game came out in 2018. I think it was 2018. And I got the Skyrim Ultimate Edition or whatever that comes with some that came with Nordic jewelry and stuff. And was another thing, I can't remember, maybe one of a crown or something. I played through it, I come all the way through once. And then you go back to it every once in a while with a new, and then you try and play on a save you were playing on before. You're like, I can't remember what I was doing. I'll just start over, make a new character. And then you play nothing but Skyrim for a few weeks, maybe a couple months, up to a month, maybe, or maybe a little longer than that. And then you put it down. Oh, I should go play Skyrim. You know, you get that urge to play Skyrim again. You'll learn about some cool mod or something. So you load up some mods on the mod order or whatever, and yeah, oh, I guess I'll play on this old save. Like, no, I'll start over. I can't remember what I was doing. And then the cycle repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats and repeats over and over and over and over. It's never ending. It's weird. Because you find a mod of a cute character you want to romance, and then you load the mod, and then the texture on her face is all goofed up, and then you're like, oh, I don't want to do that anymore. Or you find the mod that makes combat more realistic and less weightless, and then you go back to the base combat, the base game's vanilla Skyrim's combat, and you're like, this sucks. This isn't fun at all. Yeah. I think the first time I played through it, I married the lady with war paint on her face from the werewolf clan. I really enjoyed that quest line because you get to become a werewolf and you can control it instead of it controlling you, and then you kill people when you go to sleep or whatnot. And then at the end of the game, when you get to the bridge, you're like, what rights do you have to come into Valhalla? And you can, the base one's like, I'm the Dragonborn. And then, but if you did that quest line, you can say, I'm the leader of this clan. And you're like, oh, wow, you're so cool and awesome. Because, you worked for that title, and you weren't Well, you worked for the Dragonborn title too, but that was just kind of given to you in a way. I mean, the game's not that hard, but you know, my left eye is kind of like lazy. Look at that. Why is it doing that? So my glasses. So my glasses. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm looking at it and then it moves. It's almost 9. We might as well. Well, actually, we might as well go 3 hours, but it's not even 2.5 hours. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, let's pull out the manga volume again. Do some page turning ASMR. I really like this sound. It's relaxing, at least to me. I don't know, it's very tingly. Maybe we'll go for 10 more minutes. More floofies. I personally really enjoy the floofies. Keep hitting the mic with the teddy bear's nose. Boof. Boof. just realized Obi was my first raid. That's pretty cool. Congrats, Obi. Shoot, I forgot to shout her out. How do you spell that? Did that work? Okay. Hopefully I spelled that right. And hopefully it works. There we go. find someone to raid, okay? I'm getting pretty sleepy myself. Alright. Let's see here. Alright. Oops. Let's see. Is any of our friends live? I want to send you guys to someone. Oh, Ditto. Hi, Ditto. How are you? I'm just trying to find someone to raid and trying to figure out if I can search with 2 or more tags. Or not. Because I want to send you guys to someone else who's doing ASMR. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Oh boy. Thank you for the follow. Alan Romman. I appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome. I'm trying to find someone to raid. Cause I want to send you guys to someone else who's doing ASMR, but I don't know. This was my first time trying or doing ASMR myself. How are you? How's your night, day, afternoon, evening? I guess we'll go for a few more minutes because people just got here. I need to go to bed too. It's past my bedtime. Well, I hope you rest well. Rest is important. teddy bear keeps pulling the mic over. Okay. Okay. I don't think we're gonna raid her because her model's naked. Chicken cams of Texas. I got chicken. I got a camera in a chicken coop. I just don't want to send you guys someplace that'll wake you up. Thank you. I appreciate it. This is my first time ever doing this kind of thing, so it means a lot. Thank you. It's nice to meet you. I hope you rest well if you're leaving. Well, even after you leave, if you're not leaving. I hope you rest well. I'm glad I got to give you tingles. Because not many things give me tingles. So it's always nice to find something that does. It means a lot. think I found someone to raid. Because she's someone that's not licking the microphone. Because I don't want to send you guys someone who's licking the microphone. Not because I don't like it, but because I don't know if everyone who's lurking does. I'll send you to Teeny VT. She's a cat dog VTuber. Hopefully she's not ending. She's 2 hours in her stream. I will go rate her. Okay, guys? Okay. Raid. Make sure I got this right. Okay. Yep, it's her. Okay. Thank you for coming, everybody. I love you all very much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming. Thank you. You too. I appreciate you. And you all sleep wonderfully. I need to go to bed. I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Alright. Oh, knuckle crack ASMR. That was just reflex. Alright. I'll see you guys next time. I want to do this again soon because I enjoyed it a lot. Hopefully the volume, I wasn't too loud. Alright. Okay. Bye guys. I'll see you next time. Mwah.